You're welcome back to the program. If you just joined us, you're watching Business Morning. We're coming to you on Channels Television. Let's take you to the energy market by starting with those stocks that will bring your way, the 7 most capitalized energy stocks that we track for you on the program. There you have the numbers there. Yesterday, the performance of these stocks actually pushed up the all-share index 0.18% at the end of Thursday's trading session. We're seeing performance of stocks like Forty Oil, which actually gained 10.2%. Corn Oil also gained 10.2%. Oando 4.3%. Now, these stocks actually had a significant impact on how the broader index performed yesterday after three consecutive sessions of losses, which is Monday to Wednesday. So we're seeing the oil and gas index actually pulling some weight on the market. Okay, you have the numbers there. Mobil was unchanged yesterday, closing at 280 naira per share. MRS gained, okay, what's actually unchanged as well. It actually closed at 43 naira 24 kobo, pulling 1.8 million units of shares. Seplat actually was also unchanged, as well as Total. Seplat closed at 370 naira 50 kobo per share, pulling 1,838 units. Total was at 277 naira 10 kobo per share, pulling 38,897 units of shares. So how are these numbers actually moving the market? And today, as we'll see how the final trading session will fare, will the oil and gas sector also have the same kind of impact which it had yesterday? Let's get to hear from Jubril Karim, who is an energy analyst with EcoBank Group. He joins us from Lagos. Jubril, good morning, and thank you for coming on the program.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Give us a sense about how the market fared yesterday in line with the performance of the oil and gas sector.
I think the two standout performers yesterday were Forte Oil and Corn Oil, and there was something of a very different situation regarding why the stocks were appreciating. In terms of Forte Oil, we've seen a very haphazard movement in the stock price recently. The stock has been declining for a while, and yesterday was a form of continued recovery of share price, still below 100 naira, and about 40 to 50% below where it started declining from. All in all, from our own hand here, I think it's just a realization that is dawning on a lot of investors that have been very optimistic about the stock performance over the years, that has seen the stock continue to return very, very high level compared to the overall index in the past couple of years. So the stock, we believe that the stock has pushed the stock to an overpriced level, and there is some form of rebalancing that is currently ongoing in the market, and that's what we are seeing. We still believe that the stock will still be very volatile through the end of 2016 and maybe up to the first quarter of 2017.
When you talk about okay, go on.
For Corn Oil, it's a characteristic movement for the stock. The stock is usually a stock that stays at a very at the same level for a very long time. Then you either see a movement depending on trade, because this is a stock that is highly liquid. So occasionally, when you have interested parties that carry out some trade on the stock, we usually will see either a negative moment or a positive moment, and usually the stock just stay at that level for a long time. Again, it's not really a stock that we can spend so much time discussing in terms of price movement, since there is not so much price movement in the first place.
What about Oando? Oando was also one of the price movers yesterday, gaining 4.3%.
Well, this week, Oando announced that it has concluded the sale of the divestment of part of the shares of its Oando Gas and Power for a consideration of above $100 million. And for Oando, the situation has been a little bit of a quagmire if you assess the entire business altogether. They still have a stake in the downstream, a stake in the gas and power, and a wholly owned subsidiary in the upstream sector. The subsidiary in the upstream sector has been what has been dragging the company's performance over the past few years regarding the decline in oil price, and that we expect to continue into 2017 as well. For 2016, we think the stock will still be in a very poor financial performance state. We still expect a very high level of loss that will probably be uncomparable in the overall markets. So it's mostly investors that are looking forward as to what will be the new dimension. A lot of people are insinuating that we might see a turnaround in the upstream business come 2017 if oil price stays at this level. And with such level of optimism, we might see some level of interest. We are most likely experiencing some level of interest in the shares as well.
Now, for those who are involved in upstream operations, like you mentioned, and linking that with the volatility that you also stated as to why the market has been topsy-turvy, can we say that the recent decision by OPEC to actually cap output in order to boost prices is also impacting on these oil and gas stocks?
Definitely, it has a positive impact on them. If you look at Oando and in extension Seplat, which in itself is a fully upstream business, it's really a good one for them. But most importantly for these companies is the ability to push out their products that they are getting off the ground.